They still whisper about Braxton County up in the mountains, where fog rolls thick as wool and secrets die in the hollows. 3 families, 12 souls swept away in 4 nights. Women, men, children torn apart in their own beds while the world slept through their screams. The sheriff called it wild dogs. The army called it classified. I call it the thing that taught me what fear truly smells like. Damp fur, copper blood, and the stench of something that walks on 2 legs in one breath and 4 in the next. No warning, just a staff car and orders to pack for 4 days in rough country. Wild-like situation, they called it. 3 farms, 12 dead, doors ripped off hinges, blood on walls, and patterns nobody would describe. And every scene had tracks that started on 2 legs and ended on 4. They sent 4 of us. Sergeant Vermont Sage, our tracker, 40 years old with a face like a hatchet. Scout Juniper Duvo, 19, and scared of everything except admitting it. Radio Man Cedar Mel, the quiet one who hummed Italian songs when things got tense. And me, the one who had to make sense of whatever we found. We drove into Braxton County at dawn. Fog sat in the valleys like something that died there and decided to stay. The first farm sat in a clearing where the trees had backed away. Street paint peeling. Clotheslines still had shirts moving in the breeze like ghosts. The front door wasn't open, it was gone. Splinters on the porch, hinges torn clean out. Inside, walls told a story of running, being cornered, fighting back. Furniture shredded like something with claws got frustrated with the world being solid. Sage found gouge marks in the doorframe. Deep, parallel, 4 lines. Not bear, he said. Wrong spacing. Bears push, they don't tear. Then Juniper called from the back. Sir, there's tracks. 4 paws came from the tree line in an easy lope. Then 3 feet from the door, they changed. The shape shifted in the mud itself. Pads became heel and ball, and the prints that went up the steps were long and narrow with 5 toes and claws that dug deep. We set up in an old ranger station. That first night around midnight, the forest went silent all at once. Then from the hollow came a sound, low and rhythmic. 3 beats, pause, 2 beats. It circled the station, testing every window. I saw it for a second, a shape against moonlight, tall, too tall, shoulders wrong. It turned its head and I felt it looking at me. The eyes were yellow, dull, old, like brass left in the rain. You taking those to the ridge, she said. Her eyes were sharp as cut glass. Good. There's things in these mountains older than the coal. Most times they sleep, but when they wake, you kill it proper. Silver through the heart or head, fire after. My grandmother told me about the moon fever. Takes a man and breaks him and puts him back together wrong. And once he's back together, he's hungry for what he used to be. He'll kill trying to remember. We melted communion pieces and made silver-tipped rounds and a crude blade. We found the den in a rock outcrop hidden in the timber. Inside was horror. Bones arranged in piles against the wall, some small, the kind that belonged to children. Scratches on the far wall formed letters that spelled hungry. In the corner, torn clothes and a wallet. Raymond Klene, the 3rd farm's husband and father. He wasn't dead, he was changed. We heard it coming up the trail, that 3-beat rhythm. It burst from the cave, standing 50 yards away. Taller than a man should be, shoulders hunched, arms too long, fur in patches between pale, scarred skin. Its face almost human, but the jaw too long, teeth too many, eyes yellow and old. It smiled. That broke me, because it was Raymond Klene's smile, the man underneath the monster. Juniper fired. Silver sparked in its shoulder. Smoke rose. It shrieked and charged. We ran. Cedar went down and it grabbed his leg, but he jammed the silver bayonet into its forearm. Burning meat filled the air, and it released him howling. We barricaded ourselves in the station. That night it circled and spoke in gravel and rust. Hungry, it said, so hungry, until dawn. Next night was the full moon. We went back, set a trap with fire, and positioned ourselves with rifles and prayers. When the moon cleared the ridge, it came faster than anything that size should move, leaped through our fire, and landed among us grinning. We fired. Silver hit chest, shoulder, neck, sparking and smoking. It grabbed Juniper and lifted him. He pressed his rifle to its ribs and fired point blank. Sage drove the blade under its armpit. It backhanded him into a tree. I fired my last round into its throat. It went to one knee, then lunged at Juniper. Its jaws closed on his shoulder, bones cracked. I grabbed the blade and drove it into the base of its skull with everything I had. It went rigid, turned its head slow. The eyes flickered yellow to brown. "Thank you," it said in Klene's voice, clear and soft. "Thank you." Then the eyes went yellow and it collapsed. Within minutes, what lay there was a man. Raymond Klene, dead and finally permanent. Juniper lost his arm to infection. Sage died years later. Cedar made it to 52. I kept the silver blade, buried it, told myself I was done. I'm 78 now. I live quiet, don't go into woods after dark. When the moon gets full, I lock my doors. But some nights I hear it, that rhythm. 3 beats, pause, 2 beats from the woods behind my house. Last month, a sheriff called. 3 families dead on the ridge. The pattern repeating, the hills remembering how to be hungry. I dug up the blade, cleaned it, sharpened it. It sits in my drawer now. The moon's 2 nights from full, and I'm deciding if I'm too old to fight monsters or if you're never too old to finish what you started. Lock your doors when the moon gets full. And if you hear something in the woods moving in that 3-beat rhythm, don't go looking. Just go home, lock up, and pray it's not hungry. Because hungry is the only word they remember.